Good morning everybody, I hope you're doing okay and I hope you've got a lovely weekend planned ahead for you. So I was taking a few moments to share with you what it is to take too much responsibility and too much accountability for others, and why it doesn't work and it won't bring you happiness and it's not really helping the other people. So we can start to take too much responsibility for others by trying to fix them, trying to get them to see things in a certain light, doing things for them. Oh, wave to the train. Doing things for them that actually maybe they could do for themselves, because on some level, if we're rescuing people and taking responsibility for them, we get fed something, we feel good, it makes us feel needed, it makes us feel wanted, but actually that's our homework, because those aren't really the healthiest ways to relate to others. That's a you need, not a them need. And where that interplays with taking too much responsibility and accountability for others is where you step in and you're doing things for them that maybe they haven't asked you to do. You're doing things for them that maybe they don't need you to do, which actually enables them not to help themselves, and also stops them from being responsible for themselves. And being accountable for others sometimes can mean that actually on some level we're avoiding ourselves and not being accountable for ourselves, and that maybe our focus is far too much on others and not enough on us. I mean, that's really unhealthy. If we're really focused on other people's lives and what they should and shouldn't be doing, probably means on some level, because the world is full of mirrors, we're not focusing enough on what we need to be doing, because why do we need to play such a part in other people's lives anyway? That's not to be confused with helping others and being kind and wanting to help others and knowing when people really do need the help. Usually there's a hint in there because they'll ask, or you see somebody struggling and then you ask for their permission first. It's like the two spiritual laws of when to help and when not to. They either ask you for help or you ask them permission, would you like some help? Otherwise we're asserting our will, we're overstepping boundaries, and we're getting involved where it may not be conducive to them or to us. And when we're accountable for others, it can be in connections where maybe those people aren't helping themselves as much as they could and we're taking on the burden of what they're not doing. Or it can be that we're in connections where we're getting blamed a lot and we're just taking it on, we're just accepting that blame, where it could actually be other people's behaviours that are contributing to situations and they're not being accountable for their actions. So we have to have really healthy boundaries with being responsible for others and taking accountability for others, because sometimes it can be weighted far too much in one direction and not enough in the other, and that way we're not protecting ourselves emotionally or spiritually. You know, relationships with people on any level, any types of connections, are not easy. They're there to test us. The problem is if we get stuck in the same cycles again and again and again, different person, same story, we might be thinking, oh, we keep attracting these people that do this to us, it's always the same thing. But actually, what are we not seeing? If we're falling into those same connections again and again, unfortunately there is something in us that's going on, and it could be that we're being too accountable for other people's poor behaviours and allowing them to keep coming back into our lives and doing the same stuff. You know, where's our self-protection? Where's our ability to say no? Where's our resistance to being manipulated? That's not a finger point, by the way. These things are learned, and we earn those rights almost by learning to love ourselves, learning to respect ourselves, and choosing not to take too much responsibility and accountability for others. Sometimes the kindest lesson we can give to people is not doing for them and allowing them to sort of fumble through themselves. We don't need to take away people's struggles. Sometimes that's where their growth is. Know the difference.